An unfair labor practice strike in Charleston is approaching the 3-month mark, with striking workers pointing the finger at distributors' bargaining tactics for the long delay. Nearly 50 members of Teamsters Local 175 remain on the picket line against the beverage market. Striking workers have maintained a continuous 24/7 presence outside the distribution facility near Sissonville for 11 weeks. The strike involves 49 drivers, helpers, and warehouse workers who unanimously rejected the company's recent contract proposals. The union claims the company is demanding a massive healthcare premium increase, as well as outlined plans to cut retirement contributions and slash paid time off for employees by half. 33-year distributor veteran William Clark says the negotiating stalemate comes down to a lack of genuine effort from ownership.
They were just kind of surface bargaining, we call it, because they really weren't trying to reach an agreement, trying to move off anything, and couldn't show any kind of laws. So they want us to take all these concessions and go backwards when the company's making money, and it was pretty ridiculous.
The union says they have whittled their concerns down to 5 proposals, while the company has held on to many more. A new negotiation date has finally been locked in with a federal mediator for August 11th. Tune in tonight to hear from the Teamster Union 175 lawyer about the current situation.